Hi, it's Lori, Positive Thanks Living, and I want to preserve and use a petal from some roses I received for Mother's Day as part of this card for the journal I'm working on, the Tea Party Journal. So I borrowed my daughter-in-law's laminator, and I have these thermal laminating pouches. They're 3x7 by 5.2, 3x5. And when it's heated up, the laminator, you can see it has a power light and it has a ready light. It's not ready yet. I'm going to put this between the laminating sheets. And I've done this before. Laminated real flowers, but they were flat. So we'll see how this works. I have to have them so that they look nice from both sides. Yeah, and then this is just a piece of Cara Brandon's digitals that I cut out. I used the circle. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is, or one similar. And I'm using the negative space now to put my flower in. I'll attach it on this side and sew around. You'll see the end product when I'm all done. And then it'll be a little notebook. Also some extra pages in here so that it's useful, and it'll go into the journal that I'm doing. I'm working on the pages of the journal. You can see here it's coming together nicely, adding a lot of extra stuff. I have to sew here. What I do is when I'm waiting to put a bunch in, I just use paper clips. I'll sew those down. I'm trying to put something special on each page. This is a glassine bag that I've put through the embossing, dry embossing with my Big Shot. Yeah, see here, this probably came from here. You can see. How are you doing? I wanted to say thank you so much for the new subscribers. I am thrilled that you want to join together as we make things, and I hope I add value to your experience, or at least have a quiet, relaxing moments together watching what I'm doing. Yeah, it's the ready light is on. Okay, let's put it through. Here we go. Just feed it through, and it goes by itself. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder whether I positioned it correctly so that it'll be through the right hole here. We'll find out. I don't use my Donald's laminator very often, but it's nice to have the option. I don't know if you have any crafty friends that you can borrow things from. There it is. I'm going to have to cut it down. You can see it's just a little bit doesn't fit in quite right. I didn't think ahead. And if I put it this way, I suppose I could put it that way, and it's just but no, I think it looks better this way. Here we go. All right. Now I'm going to attach it and sew it, and I'll show the end product in a few minutes. And here we go. Here's the middle part. And what I do, because my sewing machine is of an age that it's not working perfectly anymore, I can't go back and forth So I just bring my threads to the inside like this. And you can do that easily just by tugging on the inside one, and you just keep pulling till all 4 threads are on the inside or the outside, whichever you choose. And I tie them in a knot. Okay, let's bring this one in. There it is. I tie them in a knot on whichever side I choose that makes sense, and snip the ends so they're nice and clean, unless I'm making a journal with ends that are all hanging. Like this. How are you doing this morning? Or whatever time of day you're watching. For me, it's morning. I apologize, you may hear in the background my washing machine. See, this one here, I've tied them so that they're on this side. These are all the tags that I've worked on. It's on this side. I'm attaching some jewelry to the tags with bulb pins so that if the person that purchases this isn't a fan of jewelry, or this particular jewelry, they can take it off easily. All right, so we have this, and I've folded some of the linen Southworth paper so that it will fit inside. Oh, I just noticed here, I cut the edges, but I didn't cut the laminated corners off. You don't want sharp things sticking out. There's the rose petal that I dried, and some of the baby's breath from my Mother's Day bouquet. And let's put this in. Now, you've probably seen people attach or do the 3-hole pamphlet stitch before. I'll just show you quick. I don't do it any differently. 1, 2, and they usually say 2.5, but I always do 3 for some reason. Then I have a choice of how long the tails are. If I want to put them in a bow, I can. I'm trying to use a thinner needle because this is just a tiny little book. But this needle, even though I'd prefer to use it, is such a tiny hole, I'll never get the waxed linen thread through it. So this one, I'm going to try and do it without sticking my head through into your field of vision. Threading the needle. I use my awl, and I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to measure today. And we're going to hope that this doesn't go wrong. Yeah, there we go. So let's do a middle hole. Middle and top and bottom. Like so. If you want your tails to be on the inside, sorry, I hope I'm not making you dizzy. Start from the inside. And that's what I usually do. 1, and it would have been smarter if I would have put some paper clips in to hold it, but I haven't. Down this side, but there aren't many pages and they're all the same size, so it's a lot easier to do than what the journal that I'm working on will be like. That one I won't do on camera because It's a little more finicky. Okay, so there's the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And you make sure that your ties, your ends, your little tails, are on either side of this middle one. Make sure it's nice and tight, but not too tight. You don't want it bowing. And then you tie like so. And then the other direction, like so. And I don't know whether I'll leave them hanging or not. I'll decide later. What do you think? All right, there we go. And it shows through here, and you've got a nice little booklet. I'll let it lie closed for a while, and it'll be flat enough to work with. You've got some pages here in a pretty little... Shall we put something on the outside in addition? What do you think? I've got all these bits and pieces. A little dragonfly, as though it's flittering off. It's the same color as the notebook, but that way it'll be tone on tone. It's a die cut. We'll see. It'll be a surprise next time I show a flip through of the tea journal. And I don't even know where I'm going to put it right now, this thing. I have lots of spaces. Yeah, more things to add. I might just tuck it in somewhere here. So it's a surprise. I see I need to trim a little more here. Anyhow, it's Lori with Positive Thanks Living, and I wish you well. Thank you to the new subscribers. And if you're interested in seeing more, please, I invite you to do the little bell thing. If you enjoyed this, you can press like, and I invite you to subscribe. Take care. It's Lori. Positive Thanks Living. Bye for now.